And our word for today on this memorial of Our Lady of the Rosary on this Monday, October the 7th, our word for today is rosary. Rosary, our word for today, and here to talk about it, Father Mark Davis.
Hey, Father.
Well, good morning, Ron. Father. Good morning, David. Happy feast day of the Diocese of Toledo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big day, right?
Hey, speaking of what's going on, the Catholic Club, which has served downtown Toledo, kids for years and years who are Catholic. There's the pool that they're redoing and the gym. Well, nowadays, they are a really high-quality daycare center for people who really can't usually afford daycare. So they're having their annual fundraiser at the Premier, right by St. Patrick's of Heatherdowns, right across from the Stranahan, on Thursday, October 24th. And they're calling it Toledo's Got Talent. And it's kind of a talent show format. Because I am one of the 6 acts, I don't want people to think that there's not real talent on the rest. But Phil Barone does this. Who runs Rosie's Restaurants? He does an incredible Jim Morrison impression.
Nice.
Paula Hicks Hudson, who's the state senator who used to be the mayor of Toledo. She's singing, and there's a woman singing a Stevie Nicks song. The dance team from Central Catholic High School. It's going to be a great event. It'll be grazing food all evening. And I just really encourage people. It's October the 24th. I think it starts at 6. They can call or go on the website of the Catholic Club in Toledo to be able to help this wonderful organization.
I can't believe they didn't reach out to me to sing the hits of The Sound of Music.
I suggested...
Let's go fly a kite.
I suggested they do that for next year.
Yeah.
So on this feast day of the Rosary and our diocese, story, somebody stole my diary and my rosary. My thoughts and prayers are with them.
Oh, that's funny.
I know. I usually don't do one-liners, but college football is introducing the Rosary Bowl. Every play is a Hail Mary.
That's good too.
Well, and there's this classic story about in the Middle Ages, there's this old lady in Italy praying her rosary, really quiet in church, and there's a workman, in the balcony or somewhat way above her, that it's hidden and that she didn't see when she came in. So he thought he messed with her, and he goes, "Hello, this is Jesus." Nothing, she just keeps on praying. "Hello, this is Jesus, my child. What would you like from me?" Nothing. He says it again. "This is Jesus." He says, "Hey, you be quiet. I'm talking to your mama."
There you go. Very good.
Do you guys remember, at Ford's Field, over 6, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers played a Thursday night game at Ford Field. And it's this classic game in which at the end of the game, the Lions were ahead, and then the game was called. The time ran out, but there was a penalty. So they said that the Packers got one more play. And the Packers were like on their own 40, maybe their own 30. And then people realized later that maybe that wasn't the right call, but they got one more play, and Aaron Rodgers, you pulled back with no time left, threw a Hail Mary all the way into the end zone, and the Packer guy caught it. Remember that game? It was like the longest. It was after the time ran out. The poor Lions. So why am I telling this story? Well, because Father Dave and us and so he's got family from Wisconsin, so he's a big Packers fan. So he is at the game with all of these Lions fans. He's in his Green Bay Packers sweater.
Oh my goodness!
And so then but Father Dave is so cool. So we're watching the game, and the Packers win at the last minute. What does Father Dave Nuss pull out of his pocket? I swear to you, a Green Bay Packer rosary.
Wow. Oh, there you go. He was praying that thing when Aaron threw the Hail Mary.
I know. It's just funny.
So you were at the game?
I was.
Oh, my goodness.
We were there together, and really good friends of mine, who had season tickets, and Tammy took care of my parents for years, and helped us. She was like another family member, the longtime Lions fans, and they just couldn't believe it. We ran into them.
Now, I want to give you the
game.
proof that the result of that was because of Father Dave Nuss praying, because Aaron Rodgers had the same opportunity this past weekend, and he threw an interception. Right. So I'm just saying, you needed Father Dave Nuss praying for him, but he's with the Jets now, so he can forget it.
Yeah. So here's the thing. The rosary has been a prayer form for us in the church, for hundreds of years, and there's lots and a complex, development of this, and almost every culture and religion, has, some kind of prayers with beads to be able to count prayers. And, a full rosary is 150 Hail Marys, just because in the Middle Ages, most people couldn't read and write in order to memorize the 150 Psalms like our Jewish ancestors did. But it's interesting. I think a lot of people, pray rosaries for different things. On the one hand, it can be a meditative prayer that you can just think about these events from Jesus' life and make it kind of a head prayer, in a meditative, kind of exercise of thinking. But whenever you've got rote prayers, part of it is naturally contemplative, that you pray the words of the rosary as you breathe and you ask for Mary's intercession, and to be able to ask God to bring you peace, right? The purpose of all prayer is to help bring us into the presence of God. And I think there is something about a meditative, repetitive prayer, and that really gets us out of our head. So then when we are praying the Hail Marys and we think of something, we can let that go and go deeper. I think sometimes people say, well, gosh, if I pray 18 rosaries, then Mother Mary and God will give me what I want. That's not the point. If you think of the Hail Mary in Mary's life, what is Mary's main contribution as the first disciple? Yes, I accept. I will. Fiat, let it be done to me. It's more like whatever is happening, the rosary and our prayer brings us into a deeper connection to God, for us to see the presence and love of God no matter what happens. So we, like St. Paul, who was writing from prison, can say, rejoice always no matter what happens, because God is with us, and with God all will be well. So let us, on this feast of the Holy Rosary, pray our rosaries and pray for Mary's intercession to be the presence of God in the world. God bless you.